Hi, Tim again. Welcome to rule number 4 for speaking excellent English. Okay, you have learned 3 powerful ones already. Okay, and so now I will tell you each rule is a system, a full system. You have a C and you should learn it. Okay, and become a excellent English speaker. Okay, and secret, and that is the reason why you came here and join with rule number 4 today. Yes, and secret of rule number 4 is deep learning or learn deeply. Okay, do you understand? Yes, and imagination. Why? Shallow. Okay, when you study something, you learn something, you should learn it. Okay, do you remember? Shallow. Think of water. Okay, shallow water like this and deep water like this, like an ocean. Okay, like an ocean, really, it's very deep, very deeply. So when you're talking about learning something deeply, it means you totally learn it and mastered it. As a great quote from a guy named Tony Robbins, which is this: repetition is the mother of skill. Okay, and repetition means to be very skillful, to be very great at something. You get to repeat itself, okay, many times. And something that means that you are talking about here, okay, and learn something deeply, totally, completely. And once again is and it's the opposite of the way you learn from the school. Okay, is more English classes. What happened in normal English classes? What? In the traditional way. Okay, in the traditional way I've learned from the school. Well, you go to school, you go to class, okay, very fast. When you study English or you study something, okay, there's a lot of way of pressure, okay, to keep going, learn more, right? More, right? And you have to finish the textbook, okay? And I think that, and I see that every teacher would be very pressure to keep going, to do or to learn in the textbooks. Okay, more and more, right? And maybe, of course, you have to finish textbook. Every teacher feel pressure, okay, to finish textbook, correct, right? We have to finish textbook this year, and so next year we can do next textbook. Okay, I got one textbook this year and I'm gonna do it quickly. Okay, so that next year could be the textbook number 2, and it would be terrible and not to be finished this year, like this year. Okay, and that is the idea that they have and it's totally crazy and wrong. Yes. Here, what happened every week, every 2 weeks, or every month in your English class when you are learning something new, okay? And so now you learn, for example, you learn the past tense, and then 2 or 3 weeks later, okay? And so now you learn present perfect. Then a few weeks later, you learn future perfect. That's crazy. Okay, That's no way for you can master and truly learn it. Learn the past tense, learn the perfect tense and the future tense. Okay? And for example, in just a few weeks, even in just a couple of months, not possible. And these are adding more and more, of course, vocabulary less more, okay, and more every we get another list new words to memorize in the mind, okay, and there's always pressure to go faster. So what happened? Of course, you study all this stuff for the test, okay? Maybe you get a good grade, okay? High grade and a high mark in your class, in the test, okay? But after the test, maybe you can memorize it less, and maybe you forgot it a lot, okay. When I was small, I listened the past tense again and again in single day, okay. I heard that hundreds of times a day, 1,000 of times a day, okay, and tell the past tense was so deep in my mind, I didn't need to think about it anymore, and I don't need to think about it totally. It's totally automatic. That's a deep learning, okay. That's what you need you need to slow down and totally learn what you are studying and what you are listening to. You need to completely master it, to know it deeply, okay, to know it deeply, okay, and deeply inside, not in the brain, and some vocabulary, with grammar, okay, it's very natural in the body, in the mind, okay. You might know what, okay, you might know what every word, and if I ask you the meaning of the word, you answer. The meaning is for me, okay, and you can use it automatically, deeply, okay. You can reply me very quickly, and it instantly in a conversation or a real conversation, okay. And if I say in a conversation, do you instantly and automatically and understandingly and completely, okay. If not, you have not learned it deeply. You are beginning to understand it, and why you will have a problem with English speaking English, okay, English speaking, and you may thank you for a lot of grammar, a lot of new words, a lot of vocabulary, and but most bit of view do not know deeply. It not automatically, okay. You have to think about it. Think about the see it to change the way you learn or you study English, okay. And this is another way, another secret for you, another secret rule, something else. You need to change the way you learn English once again, okay. Now this Now, the most basic way to do this is do opposite the way you do it in the school. Okay, why I am saying that? I am hurrying instead of trying to go fast and faster, faster and faster, and all the time I want to do it the opposite. I want to go slowly, slowly. Okay, for example, when you buy our lesson, I will tell you the way to read or to learn one lesson set. Okay, our lesson has 45 connected lesson. They about in the same topic, and you do what? Which each session of hour you have to read it, to listen it at least 10 days, okay, or 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, or maybe a full month for a lesson. Why? Because I want you to repeat every lesson in single day. Okay, of course, you are listen with your ears. So what you going to do it? If you are going to listen each of those lesson about it every day, okay, every day, maybe 1 or twice a day. The next day you listen to those the same audios again, and the next day the same audio again, the next day with the same audio again, okay, for the 10 day and 14 days and 21 days, okay, it's repetition, okay, then free go into your mind automatically, and the new word and the grammar go into your mind, go into the brain, okay, deeply inside your body automatically and deeply, okay. And when you buy our lesson, you will be use the funny lesson and your brain every day, or is okay, so A, listen funny story, and you have a funny vocabulary, funny grammar, okay, and repetition is fun and interesting, okay, and it goes through inside your body very fast, okay, and then you can master it totally, deeply and completely, okay. And the important thing in rule 4 is you have to repeat it every day, every time, okay, by listening by your ears, and then you can get more and more, and then you can feel it very interesting. It's opposite from our school, okay. And remember that it's really important. Repetition is mother of skill. Especially learn deeply. Okay? Alright, that's it for rule number 4 today. And I hope that you will have a fun lesson today. And goodbye for now, and see you in tomorrow.